Well, I tried a fancy pair, cause I saw them everywhere. There's no other choice to choose, but I don't feel.
Oh yeah! Hello everybody! In this video I will show you how I age and relic my guitar hardware. All these parts have just one thing in common. They are all brand new. And we have to work with different materials, just like aluminum, nickel, we have chrome, we have already aged stuff. This looks really cool. Obviously I don't need to age it. We have plastic. I want to age and color the white of the truss rod cover, and I also want to darken up the tuner buttons. For some parts I want to achieve heavier aging than for some other parts, just like the pole pieces are very often in touch with sweat and with the hands, so they should be more rusty than just like the tuners. I also have to order some vintage correct tuner bushings, because the Clusons come with the very common tuner bushing like this. It's tapered. First thing to do, scuff up all the shiny bright materials with some 2000 wet and dry sandpaper. I already stripped the black of the Bigsby. Was pretty easy, just took some paint stripper and brushed it off with a teeth brush. I will start with the pickup covers. Dry it off. And then just take some very fine steel wool. Don't be afraid of the sanding scratches, because they will all disappear when we come to the part with the aging process. That's enough. Let's continue. I already made the Bigsby, but I will give it a last shot with a 2000. Let's move on to the tuners. Actually, I don't want to take some steel wool, because I don't want to get the dust into the gear of the tuner. So let's move on to the bushings. First here and there, to get the curve. Pickup bracket. This is chrome, so it will look different and it will age a lot harder than just the nickel part. This is a very cheap one, so it's very thin plated. Already came down to the copper, but I think this will darken up. Hope so. They are usually very rusty on originals. Picker screw. I want to have this very rusty, so I will make more scratches. Truss rod cover screws. Screw heads from the Bigsby. Bigsby spring. And also the magnetic pickup screws. And I also want to keep them in order. I know which pole post belongs to which string. Don't know if it's necessary, but that's the way I do it with all the strings. Also want to create different surfaces. I don't sand every screw the same as before. This could cause that one screw is even more rusting than the other, and I like that. The last one. So this is finished. Now we can move on with the actual stuff. Muriatic acid. Woohoo! This is my way how I may get patina onto metal parts. Be sure to wear gloves, be sure to be outside in a well-ventilated area. Don't breathe it in, it's really harmful. To use it, I need to take some plastic box where I can close it up, so I will pour some muriatic acid in and the fumes can't disappear. The hardware and the metal parts will be inside, and after a few hours things will look like this, I guess. So let's make the box. So now we have this. We will take that, insert it like this, and we can close it. So as you see, here will be the muriatic acid, and I can lay all my hardware on this razor. I will make some holes that it can ventilate better, and I will see how I will make it with the small parts, the smallest screws. Maybe I will screw them in, but from the underside. I made some very beautiful holes, especially this one. This is art. I used to take candles to get all the really small screws. They are straight and I just screw it in, and it will also help that the thread don't get so rusty. Then the head, and we just want to age the head actually. Just pour in the muriatic acid, but I will do it outside. Before I do it, I will clean off the materials with acetone, because I surely have some grease from the fingers on it, and this may cause some stains. I'm already wearing gloves. That's enough. Let's get outside. Let's pour in the muriatic acid. And now we have to wait. I will check it in 30 minutes. What do you think about a little time lapse for the next 15 minutes? Let's see. Alright, half an hour is done. Let's see what we got. Before I wash it off, I want the muriatic acid to evaporate, and it will keep its natural aged look. Bigsby looks crazy. This is aluminum. I don't know if muriatic acid is the right way to age these parts. This is obviously nickel, and this is the aluminum. Yeah, looks cool. Just wait until all of them are dry and then rinse it with water. I think this one is done. We'll start with the pickup covers again. Oh, they look cool. You can see this rusty screw. Doing the tuners, don't be afraid. They are oiled and greased inside, and you know, water and oil and grease. Oh, you got it. 1, 2, Bigsby spring, bushings, pull screws. Yeah, they look cool. The next step will be get some potassium permanganate. Some of you might know it. It looks like this, and it will color water. We will take this stuff, and it's really dark violet, but when it dries it will turn brown. And I want to just coat everything of my hardware with this potassium permanganate, and when it dries it will leave a brownish tone. You know, it's easy to wash off. It's just like the smudge you have on vintage hardware. Color everything with it. While the potassium permanganate dries, I can work on the truss rod bell cover. I used to work on the edges because they come from the factory sometimes with some evidence of machining or something like that, and I just file it smooth, made it look handmade. But I want to also make it look old, and as you can see it's pretty straight, and old plastic tends to deform a little bit, so I will give it a shot with heat. And just deform it a little bit. Maybe some second try. Yeah, that looks cool. It's done. Okay. See, that's how it looks. It gets such a little bit of a brown. Let's move on to the plastics. I need to rough it up with some 800 and get away that gloss, make it dull, and make a surface where something can hang on to. Just the last one. Okay. And don't forget the switch tip. It used to have a hard edge. It's surely because of the process, how they made. I want to get rid of it, so it's gone. Awesome. And now just taking all the plastic parts, throw them in. Oh. This is old stuff. The plastic needs much more time dipped into that potassium permanganate plastic ages. It's not easy sometimes, but I will let it sit now for a few hours, maybe until tomorrow. Okay, as you can see, everything turns brown, and just put it into water, wash it down a little bit.
So it's true. All I want is you. I don't mind any other. I can't believe it's true. All I want is you.
I will give the knobs just another half an hour, or maybe an hour. I think the truss rod cover is done. Look. Can you see? Let's let it dry. And this is the final result. The Bigsby looks cool, really. It really looks old. The truss rod cover is just amazing. I don't know if you can see it. It maybe just look white for you, but for me it has that look of a old truss rod cover who was invited to a lot of cigarettes. The covers look really cool. Also the thumb wheels for the bridge, very cool. This was pre-aged, and if you look, it fits perfect. The knobs are much more yellow now, and yeah, I'm really pleased.
My heart was aching, breaking, now it's shaking.